Mamma a lawyer Quaba, and they are lawyer for me and a baby dinkobo. Lawyer, Marchana pay.
Yeah, Minia.
Impom to say.
Yamina do.
Utinkwa. In China can find this radio, so I find an amount for the 10 year mutu. But who bet me I can find it? It's okay with me if you want to. Any and Katrina and Quay.
But I had some ma.
Takra the phone so and your tag for your town.
To me, I can treat
you. Want me
to we would do so.
Yeah, the front from yesterday. No. No, now,
poor me.
Naminadum, Papa. Here we are. Good to see you too, and congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you with the hard work. In fact, before I know elections, they ban all Takra Day, and an important baby. I know if you was up, me to the constituency.
Oh, okay.
To the constituency.
Na maso meeting na baby I see like we met but eyi bi amikobi one we bi amikobi sana it's a very small world anyway.
How did it go? It wasn't an easy battle.
Yeah, most saying him no. From the very beginning, I be a parliamentary candidate. That was in
Harry,
January.
Microphone,
that was in January 27th.
Yeah.
We had now you were MPP member of Parliament, yes. Honorable Joseph Kujo, Watson had over about 3 terms.
Yes.
And you know, Ifia has always been a safe seat
for
MPP. For the MPP.
That's true.
But by the time I may be a parliamentary candidate, generally Ghana for now were a lot of concerns about governance and Mosebiana MPP na Oracle. It's on the ground, you know, it didn't really look very, 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 very strong and positive. But we had to still engage the people, talk to them. Now, what's the church will move my water? I said the best still for them would be having a leader, a member of parliament, or because mainly a Juma for member of parliament is not only what we have created it to be, or developmental, but rather one of advocacy. Obi able to order one in some order abandoning na waka again as someone who can lobby. You know, I sold myself to them, and we are very sure that in the midst of difficulties now, the people still believed that I'm the best representative for them at such a time.
If it was the same member of parliament, Honorable Kujo Nene, I bet you would have lost. It wasn't an easy even battle for him 4 years back or even before. It was difficult. I mean, I went to the constituency. We did a lot of work there in that constituency. I can't work and I made change and trade you may we knew it wasn't that easy for him as a member of parliament, and so it wouldn't be easy with the terrain as in Ghana, how it had gone down.
Tsunami,
you know what I mean?
So we had 17 seats. You're losing in Awaka too. I mean, the Honorable Regional Minister, former Regional Minister Kobe. But yeah, we need some there based on the worker. We need to say yes, as a political party. As a region, Abadina one kuyi, Abba Semna Crawford, no catcher na yente. You know, I
know you know some of them being the Galamsey issues within that region. Others, seconding and important the fact that Western, even regional minister, because people had issues with the market circle, with a flyover, or a jeep. I went to mind how roads say. In second D, Juma na Onua, the things that people were requesting for the statue, erection of Nanado statue at the place where there were all things that not
that is absolutely right. So you know, the men's army no say they as a manyofu. We on Saturday Zama just to please what we want, but on Saturday responsive to the concerns of Yenem Crawford. I'm sure the even I am always saying the governance or a continuum. On found the MPP ni honomna ND so if they continue to repeat the same thing, of course Ghanaians would also show them the exit. It as the new member of parliament. I'm very optimistic there. Positively. My role they criticize constructively. into ne yene abane yebehwe bibia otosino yebema wahwe so that yingina 4 years down the line yebeka de Ghana yakwe.
You finished a year Onua, was it orientation?
That's correct.
Onua and Amuviye. How has it been so far, being in Parliament, inauguration, and a swearing in, and then the orientation and ekoso?
Ekoyi pa wo hwe ne wiye na honorable speaker eka say over the past years onwansa our parliament, this is the first time we a new group of parliamentarians apart from the numbers, of course we are about 115 new entrants, which is almost about 45% of the total numbers in the house. Into a very significant number. Again, in parliament, when the youngest, you have an average age of about 42, 43 years. And, it gives us a very good futuristic country when it comes to governance and parliamentary duties, because the younger the house, the more energetic and Nkrofo wobe shede wobe ye ejuma musa osefata. But most
but they also gives you a juma asudi damoso. Asudi ene say yehunu parliament etwam kwa mpanyimfo ni bi their contribution to governance. Ebi aka say 8 parliament etwam no mabunu ni bi na doso ho a say na ayen solo. And it is for you people to also prove that look, you are not follow.
Maybe say who share the response of new members to the orientation program. You literally have about 95% presence. Training. And when you look at the engagement, a whole family send a man for my dream bisa and send some no the entire parliamentary service a new breed of eager young men and women. My ready say almost though we are coming with different backgrounds. In fact, when you check Oma Parliament, we be a man full free bar, the quality and experience of them are not in doubt. They are essentially parliamentary practices and processes and procedures.
Yes.
It's once you get that right. Now, ultimately fit into the committee system here. They are any ahokeka members no issue over the past 4 days, actually a very, very interesting times in Parliament.
Right, the proper my lawyer Philip Fifi Backman, Memana Akwaba. Lawyer Akwaba. Boko there.
Nyamena do muhuye. Waswe.
Nyamena do masu muhuye. And Western Coco. In fact, Takra de Cocos.
Takra de Cocos.
If you
twin constituencies.
Yeah.
No, if you are questioning him, no, what maybe.
No.
Aha.
No, I tell me, you're fian in your question.
It's
not how was the campaign and how did you make it?
Oh, Yaminadum, Mami Chiao. I think this is the second time I hear. Who know a takrade, but whom ye Namichia, Yenete Fuina, Yadamiasi, the Wadum Henunquan.
Yeah,
my Yadahuyatin. I think the Yaminadum campaign, it was. Baby say baby are on here neighborhood ever kind Yaminadum na BBI okay. Even though we had some challenges here and there because MPP me guano MPP na what na
onya waza
or a question team for dia question constituency yaka constituency na yaka mpatado hwendo asake apramodo sabuzongos or ye won honeda na nya wo peno na 4 years what the man now for the past what's so constituency what I'm MPP for see this is the time we decided what the mom na so what the mom also o depend on our kasa o personality most ma any one year most ma ebe kasa o beti ase na one pia what the madi na yepe na what the mom I had to na over there me menyo zen na ahofama me di ye adwuma na and me gidi there dem no ma wo hu there or there what to aba na what.
To be honest, I will constituency although MPP atena so ano I could say I can offer constituencies no MPP te so there but how we hold so wo areas no wo areas on potemo no wa kwan
me nyime there wo fie wo ho
inyo na me ka che mete ho the constituency ni na me wo any ade there are a lot of issues there.
Yes, into your channel nkrofo no e wo the first na work there oh a higher MPP there a higher CC ano yene generally electorates no one a what to aba no we move past them assertion that oh had a then or heneza dabi or ye impuntua or doko Branson Ketesia ejuma or the woye ono na obema on into the leadership
of course
into that is it yeah senya me there ahoɔdzen na ɔdze boa he ma ye no ɔno adze ba ma he no ama nyansa aka ho na wetutu na anamon ye ama yetum na yedzezi dwuma no.
I'll ask the same question. How was the swearing in for you, new member of parliament in parliament? How are they bullying you? I mean, and then the inauguration you finished yesterday, another what can then put? And to see I was someone in the done.
Yeah, the swearing in was it was okay.
Yeah,
it was good. I mean, when you are beji there, aza apra sometimes sika say and none me yakokro what to abani we na hon.
Oh.
On nanso kote na le fa ha na worotwe wo ha ni nyina na se ebode wi ya the only thing e be kind de nyame me da wase na ewi a ahwewe china kede amen na what dem dwumedi because na ye hunu from afar even though ye nyimo obi no me na yakofo bia yakọ parliament yet na public gallery ho na no but sisi ana aba se ho intimodu ho no menansi ho ape egwara poda
no no for the dabi swimming pool
I'm so go swimming pool
no pool
and the kogwara po say the mechanic kwa kotoma the first Azay they do saka in Sudan and sign of the cross.
Oh wow, I see.
I
didn't know that. No for umbra.
On your corner on your umbra. Why the footballer?
Yeah.
So we change I'm sure the saka na.
Yeah.
So in my mind, because I had a CCR, Mary Bana maybe Juma, Mezama Monkofu. So in my mind,
so you actually did the sign of the cross.
Yes. Then Yamenara on my field now, Marba.
Yeah.
On ye. Na on famine it was nice na especially presidential inauguration also also a president in also I mean I share
the euphoria
yeah we been wo ha e bia no to he no do nti we didn't
in feeling like
I'm feeling like but it is good there Nyankopon we hu mobor na nwana we yi honde wonbu ama ne man Ghana ofa ne tampefra no onye waka ho the orientation na ye no me boto the my brother na oreka and menyene ya adwen na menyi he na ya adwen ehwe aza yesuan na you may think I'm a lawyer e ba dwen there enyim constitution no enyim nyama bebre but ye wa aza wo friend practicals
yes
ye ni na no ye book bi wo ho a intina mpeyifo ka de ada old man what's na foma ohun we chiri no abofra bobo food you attention
lobbying skills for parliament before I obenya kwan kra kasa
speak
before you catch the eye of the speaker
can also you will learn the art of catching the speaker's eye onumpono or it's an art inti yeda oye the speaker no nye the parliamentary service na nkasa no ye the one say for wodwene no ho adza mo hui and I said it there nye there wone penye there Ghana ne democracy oboko n'enyim wone penye there ihe na ya aba ho no ye bobua 4 years ya was ama hen ye bobua ma democracy ye deep no na wa equip hen ma ye no so za all the ye ma hen constituencies no obofa ne tapefra no wetum na waye and that is exactly za yesuen ewo ho right
me now I say afi yentin national issues I mean I would want to start with Ora That is the first appointment a president at the Mountain. So one of the first. Eba Mountain. So mention Nipanum say more corner operation recover all loot. Ebayan commodity during the vetting.
Yeah.
Yera yene breso mbisa say it's illegal. As lawyers, there was another issue that had to do with constitution. Therefore, national security, and then the argument of whether there should be a minister for, or it's just a advisor. And no baye in the constitution. Both are lawyers.
Yeah.
You probably will have to educate us a bit this morning.
You made a CP, ibium, yenchia ite for me constituency, Fia constituency for and pay impinging for yenchia one. To the question, urban establishment of bodies. Obi beka de enka omanpenyin bia wo kwande ofada oyi iku another offer a don't be the one con won could dijuma one farman. There is nothing wrong with any president.
Right.
There obeka de who to the man among or set up a committee or a group because the constitution gives the president the mandate. Unfortunately, in the case of His Excellency President Mahama, at the time and now already set up the oral body. He was a president-elect. He has not been sworn in as the president of the Republic of Ghana.
Yes.
Ebesha wanted on the committee, also the Mapao and Crawford. The one call now one could did the midjume and one terms of reference.
Yeah.
Now, by the time I all setting one up, now or your president elect, and on your committee so na otaway.
No.
Then the question and now one in Crawford will be sanity. What is the mandate? One, Abatumna president elect in Odigina do there already the Mukuno. And I say we move from president elect to now substantive president of the republic.
Yeah.
It is a bear republic president and so what is the legal basis them body na air form and oti and abe juma na edash and inside the onye. All of it should be grounded in the laws of Ghana. And a bisa them question now or very difficult for anybody to answer the basis, the constitutional basis president into what is the group? Is it a body established by which constitutional act or your body a finding under which laws of this country? It's a hormona questions, or the intention may not be bad, of course. It is a actual response now. Attorney General and Minister of Justice designate would be sana. It was difficult for him to find the constitutional basis to say that under this constitutional requirement in a president in the Diginado, but or grounded in a rationality or rationalizing under the omnibus, the bigger mandate of the Ghanaian populace. There's a Ghana, or I said that ye boa na ye ma omano otum ojina. Or ye Ghana na said that ubi bibi na se onya constitutionally. Every individual has the right
to a citizen's arrest.
Exactly. And Efano on the broad context of mandate there Ghana Nibia ubi what problem or said oko baby or reports na way juma. So that is where the Attorney General was coming. But normally say urban emra and bodies when juma ya onye just picking an omnibus provision. Intina say emra constitution or honoma BBIS and pass ABR laws to give meaning and effect to the mandate of such bodies. Until for me,
in your view, do you think say Omo Ewoho to which hand? So far with the job they are doing, Ejuma Omo ye how Omo identifying Sasibia. Was so my constitutions near there. In your view,
in my respective view, no, my concern here, Ashe Ejuma worry dinner or limit war to Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo in an urban when Ejuma.
Right.
But a peda Ejuma ni na issue there Ikua Edwin Ghana nyina. That is why there's a problem with even the man. What's the scoop?
Yeah.
Washing from 2016 or 2017 to 2024. Another washing from 1993. Another warfan from 2000. Because if there's no clarity to it, and we chant. And if and we chant, so then you are only looking at your political opponents. But the scope near well defined. Now say okay, a boy will be our concern from maybe 2000, 1990s will be bra. On all governments are guilty and liable for some of the state lands. On Yandan was as the water that banners as yet Chrome had under NDC regime, they've sold properties to cronies and to friends and individuals, including former ministers of this country. Under MPP, to me and Buy and good the madam no one see. It is a national problem. Or said there yes set in bra iti efa na nado danko akufo-addo time no ba be president no na Ghana obi di minister cars are o use whether or saloon car or a V8 na ntokwa aba ho na ye rekon was obi akwachi Land Cruisers BS6 na nado danko passed gave a directive as the president. Also the state car bia whether it is a saloon car or a Land Cruiser, a minister another government appointee jaka anisi ho. It's a clear directive to protect the fleet. Yet we obi enu awa ko baby ado okwachi obi ne car because
because all right I can't be sure about it or authenticate this, but the told you say yes, say former chief of staff Mame Fremont Parifi cars be 18 V8 and the sifie who are to 2 number plates the every honey at the
the main seminal nana o ya asefem say eko bi ni fie na eko to the car sisi honoma. What is your basis ebeka do ya banika eba mi fie na eba bot to the car sisi mi fie the fact that my government appointee no so answer na ebe to the man amono or say they make sure that I would due checks. I check the aba cars na oba office no what demand cars now what demand. So by the time I off you no have the cars been properly handed over to the appropriate body. If that has been sorted man okodu obi ni fie de onya wasem jede esan efa emra kwando na ekohwehwe de bibia ehu onipa ne honum no ebia ofa ekwan bondo na ebia odinye yana. So we shouldn't encourage on Saturday yeso so the mindset to the ehu de obi to V8 because we the abana edwuma ewie it is o to V8 and not the V8 no to ya abana car it nipa on bobra. When we do that, because so many people have lived their lives before they came into politics. Politics. And most of us can afford to buy any car we want to buy. It is a man called Abanim. Na se enwude mutu mi vieta onye problem. Moko abanim na se enwude mutu vieta eso a problem. So osada ye discourage them mentality. The key thing is there oyembra president am a directive. Awa ya bane dwuma bia no say epon wo ha fa cars nyina o possession ja ho but extending it to properties and the rest. I agree as a country the way you take advantage of our positions in governance to take away some things that belongs to the state. We have to look at it. Lands, other properties, other state interest. Because a political figure, you can't use your political office for the benefit of yourself and your family. Or say there, yes, shadow, we are trustees of this state.
Right.
Into any of them chance na ashedo ne da more money na omanu wenya.
But as a lawyer Fifi Backman, your opinion, Ora.
Yeah, me da say operation recover all loot. Into say operation recover all loot. Say eka loota ye she azar anfa ekwan papado. In here all loot generally, but Ghana Niger Paza will be a loot.
It's just within the last government. That's what you're looking at.
No. Also recover all loot.
Right.
Inti enyima yawo oman wo ho. Na yawo aban. Say yaka oman na we all know oman no onyinsa onyinan onyiti onyano. Inti you choose aban na wejina oman na nanim na dwumedi bia order oman no ye no wetum waye ebe na adze na order oman no ye. The state is responsible for protection of its citizens, making sure into a state ni duty na aban no perform. Inti se eba na se ebe jina state na nanim na nzema oye state ne za order here na yetum ye bo ho ban na yema ne manfue no wotum wo for won tampafra enyama kodo na wo kede awusu ye oman ba o na state no what them sovereignty no what they ashe mu what them tum no what they ashe mu na said them tum no abusing na the state properties no akwa eletwi na dama wakote ho a I think there it is proper there oman no say onya abana why serious there over there obo man no ho ban obo man mba na japade wo ho ban no otumi gina kede owo there yehwehwem na loot biara no yetumi yeje nti say information in fact we are in a democratic system ya na system bibia anyi ho a oye abaneza nyama bi wo ha oye private persons today na brotherly k we japade na the most important thing any day say when the maji you suspect day them kasi awu no dey tum oh that be o ya ma kala na o ya ma kala
no ebedu ho na bia ya sesa kwansa wo
no was sesa kwansa
ko tu da samia wuku se ne car say ya je ne pick up
enyo waje u pick up you can go and show your documents one take police for one year cars bebre we go to court to recover them.
You can't use suspicion.
Please.
You can't use suspicion for this.
It is not about suspicion.
That's what he said.
What we are saying is that what's there? You're suspected that this after all police info. I don't know what they do. I don't know what take a caution statement. It is based on suspicion. Somebody has reported that this into a investigation and send will charge you to court. It is a begina a position be looking at one kasa. Wo situation check of our chronim na obi anyimu ye anyimu obi amfi so na obayi obi a wa ha nkofu nyinyimu now yesha them abana sasi was waka check documents and we hu odin ma how did you acquire
for instance NIB boss dey here ba bontin ya say wakoto aban asase ema ono ma ne lawyer for Troy ema ebeto odwa se ono ankasa nante one of those within aura and the better just NIB boss about
exactly
abeka mo sa asase no or the more back emo man the lawyer for Troy say enye no kre o ma ho meka bibia sa
yes
ema eye lands commission the better just asase ne papa na ton 170,000 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
And that means that there was a purchase.
Yes.
But he actually hasn't gone there to say I'm bringing it back to you.
Yes. Definitely we might have some of these shortfalls. It's a human institution. So then I'm brother Orkano. Say but we put in place all these things as we move on. We try to strengthen things. As we move on, you try there. You put in Yama in shape, in good shape.
You see,
as I say, but say
Fifi, just a quick one. Just on this point, you see, the little challenge may this particular area there. Say, it set up a team. What I was expecting, Diana may share ora ne hone say. Say ya establish o say hwehwade mu a say mo ankasa kra na answer na mo be di mo dwuma no model guidelines on what you are going to entertain for clarity of edwuma we expect to say enkrofo enyen omo famra because in this country yen nyina yetia when there is a change of government enkrofo efa to me be at the share of Muslim says ma buy na aba may were unfettered powers and unfettered access to do anything and say in it. Dispensation na ye kono or said that ye church or money in such a way there say a set up such bodies there is clarity in terms of omodi information background. What kind of information is oral there to entertain?
I think
1 minute
it is like the same repetition as some work. Maya Kayide say you set up institutional. You set up. It's a group. It's a people. Yeah, they see what they. Wonjina or man na name. No one you maybe now farmer man. As we move on, we may face some challenges. As we move on, in Yamabi Baba, all the year to me fine tune. This is where we are going. One to win sim. Okay, time now. MPP will win elections. No. Miracle Swedro. Na me nam winiba to Swedro line. Miracle mikita ML. Na kwafu bi wajina what say petrol cam police fo wajina wakwanin finfin na mi jine. Na what catch them there from Flagstaff House na the work cars na mi saw there we hu da aban wa to ML. They should get away from there. Inti to the American people take the law into their own hands. Susampara. We have had institutions.
But where more people?
America there, like
okay,
right. Even to the extent the president will be issue statement there. Obiara Osia. Look, Adibiara or your manager or the ejeno. Yeboche na yaje yedamo manu because people in Kwafuna work from money property with impunity. With impunity, and we all know it. We can't just behave as if we are not seeing it. With impunity, adibio biya pebiara no refer or manager padibiara no refer because of fear or power. No, we should stop that at a point. And the NDC government, the Mahama government also there. I'm going to set a standard for Ghana. Marisha there, he had the money. One time, Orcas or Kade, Abaya, what the boat techino or the whole Canaba. It's in Yanuso, Amaya guided by Nyama Orkodo. Maybe Amuduya or Oba inside. I was looking at the fact that people have the right to have their property. Our right to have your property, but you don't abuse it when you are in power to use it there because I have the right to own property. Inti Yafada me a regional minister. Lands our Henny Nano, Mama why search all state lands. Nam the Midina Kotudo. It can't happen. We need to recover them. And we shall recover them.
Now the Abayana Toma Nipa Kotobine.
What on many park to be it is or a transactional way. So urban them now we look at the circumstances under which are what the turning. If it is genuine, you take it. If it's in German auction sales, about not on a yama. It's only no be a slow the about which hand to be anabibia. Nobody is going to which hand anybody. Moya in there, so why do you mean you clear? Well, you may day, the more property. I work as a fabric pansana. Say you may dead, the more property or falls within loot of the state. Bring it.
Right.
Otherwise, we will come for it.
Right. Obidia, in fact, yes, to talk about Philip Vohe or say if you are arresting someone for stealing or looting a car, the onus lies on you, the arresting officer, to prove that the person has stolen a car, not the owner of the car, proving I bought it or belongs to me. So you don't arrest people without clear evidence that the item was looted. We'll go into if there's supposed to be a rebuttal. I don't know if you want to do a rebuttal, but before then, no. There's betting conversation, betting tax, E-levy, home command at Forson. Equacas and the first budget is going to withdraw that taxes. Some economists believe that it won't help. IMF. If that is the case, where are we going to find money?
Hello, Obia. You're from Felicia. Say, find us in our class prefect. Me mid-morning show host of a Juma on 95.1 FM. Juma day Mondays to Friday, 10 o'clock a.m. to 12 p.m. What you say? And to stay glued. Obenya konkosa kakra, just kakra, music and dance so kakra. Bye.
Onua 95.
Ebusiafo, me dey the Mrs. Matilda Ajoa Edubatin. You don't know how friendly. Hey, to the J pounds na obesi majime die me na me di ho chia me pay. Eye me down no pay bia Saturdays and for 6:30. I go see 8 and no padie. Me no fire or doni empuna twemu kama se be ya. Ebe ya kama na akototin. Kai Onua 95.1 FM so die. Yeah no, yeah dwene wo pa. Enti no
So my main go into if there's no rebuttal, I'll enter into a year at force and vet and year course. So one of the issues during the NDC campaign was 120 days contract. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, in his speech also reiterated the fact that he has a contract with Ghanaians. How the Bayejuma, EB, and some of these nuisance taxes, COVID tax, betting tax, E-levy, it came up during vetting, and Finance Minister designates you be free. Your view?
You may say, Melkodo, but my main car, asem
you want to do rebuttal? No problem.
Yeah, I mentioned I'm friend rebuttal just to add one or few points. But na debi am pedemich baby ayedra as a country, or said that yes, how we can best grow. Abakwane ebe fadra ye benyine because the men yeah abanesesa na ye create them octopus bodies body ne ehune nan ehuniti baby or shasi baby a owie in 2025 coming from yen history. We should be able to do things with finesse. Yeah, was statutory bodies.
Body ni be na create OSP. But
that is a body properly created by law.
No.
And today times you know very clear OSP or S or could beyond the scope a tube a siuno and then people have won cases against him. Just to say that in America on the lighter side yet Krom Hadi former president when yani BBA Yamia Fanekrise JJ Rollins yet Krom Hadi Edru Rage before runabout Assassina Odawa from Junction if MTN Koko si runabout onum no na oye ono na oti honum or J and dana okuma na property so wom nyina oje ni nyina as a head of state into a president ofa bra kwando na odeje onte dem a ye German ma otinim yen current president John Dramani Mahama time no a vice president now will lose power. He wrote officially to the state that he wants to still keep the residents at
listen to yourself.
Assam na America.
No, but you don't have to bring
hold
it
on.
in.
No. Assam America.
Listen to yourself. He wrote officially.
Assam na, but what was
maybe in Sawam Canary. That was so to
what was he no about the America so on Mahama DNA was that.
Right.
Wouldn't you say that property is a property of the state for the official residence of a certain vice president?
Yes.
It is a edu vice president area na time now so na osede kwa epede eche me de
He wrote to the state. The state could have said
but
the state could have no
from my point of view
what is unconscionable in this? The state could have said
vice president
sorry
vice president no new vice president new vice president
the state said I won't give it to you.
Yes, but now or true no vice president
and this is even more decent. It is even more decent.
This is the vice president vice president
the vice president he wrote no. You see this argument Odbey, it doesn't hold water.
It holds. We are talking about
the person who is sitting there when His Excellency John Ejekum Kufuor president Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo as a foreign minister Oridraw did Rollins force himself through it? No, it is the state. It's what I wish this. Say mama. It is I would never medemawa. But one force no by force there.
My young bedtime nusa. It's my young betting and all of that. Importantly, ebehunde omane nchiche no. Bibi ayedru no isikasem. Na ehwe Ghana yen nhihye na yen inability to collect enough taxes from within and one madibi ayeko the cycle of yentua yenkel na omano untum provide essential services na wakwa besiabo no memmen here na afi yekudru IMF ani akwa hipik it we are running a continuous cycle in circus. Mana oho adwen pa mpone de se eya banna se ye inhyehyɛ ana ɛbɛtoto wonzama ansa na ababanim na sɛ ɛpɛdɛ it takes certain policies offer revenue and a revenue collection ho a ade kora mesre on the osede abano otum or engage a lot more na oti inzamani biasa sana etuni ho anamon because oye easy to promise but when reality comes to catch up with you ebonde wama inzamano or dandan of course MPP will introduce these taxes including E-levy and betting tax.
Betting tax.
E-levy, we saw all the resistance. Because it was something that was going to affect yen transactions through mobile money and so on and so forth. So Ghanaians had an issue. But why was it introduced? It was introduced because either the existing tax, you are unable to maximize its collection. Another new taxes able to make that edible close to revenue collection to be able to run as a country. It is a IMF. Another could be IMF is only giving you a support. How well are you conditioned that able to add more taxes, able to generate na edasho? E-levy came in, people talked about it. But it had to serve a purpose. The manner betting tax impode, it is something that as a tax organization, you know I'm coming from GRE. Or yada, to what did that do? Because actually the number of people I work with say introduce such taxes and you want to cure two things. One is to generate revenue. Two is to make sure that certain habits be okoda ombwa or mani puntuno. So you try to dissuade people in Krofubi edefi. Now in all of this, as we talk now, E-levy, for example, yes, E-levy I see 2022. Okay, 2022 E-levy total collection yes I see around June. By the end of December, E-levy as a tax authority and as a country about 600 million
Ghana cedis.
In 2023, E-levy yeje 1.2 billion in E-levy. Okay, in 2024, E-levy is crossing about 2 billion.
Wow,
Ghana cedis.
Wow.
Now, say if E-levy tax line now in there are 2 billion. As a government, as them may scrapping at a time that already we revenue now original in Tumpo and fine so exactly. Then the issue is that yes, politically I have said it. So I'm sure yeah, me, but if you open other alternative revenue source, and a catch up that 2 billion. My dear sister, on your joke to even raise 100 million Ghana cedis in taxes in this country. Bet tax you shall see in 2023. In 2023, the combined betting tax one wobu games in one casinos. For tuning in our boomer, total revenue in 2023 was about 350 million.
Because I think in his conversation, Atu mentioned 50 million.
No,
he mentioned 50 million.
No, I make a combined.
Right.
Combined.
Right.
Make a combined.
Right.
Yeah, bet in for casinos. And casinos was around
only on betting.
Right. Okay. Even betting no crown. You will mutu. You will mana players in Wutia. And I hear mana operators in Wutia.
Yeah.
Operators who want it is already subsumed under corporate tax. But yet so that you will be able to center on it and take it. EFA operators one I even doubt, and that is why now my boko there yashe abakwana abane se de oyi betting tax na oyi betting ni nyina efi honom another oyi a segment of it because segment now oye more boy players players tax no currently it contributes 2024 GRA raised about 420 million. 420 million no operate players no one contribution here 30%.
420 calculate
30%. And ofi players on one side. It is 30% of that's about 120 million. It is them 120 million.
Yes, I bro 50 no class I can't.
80 about two mark okay, so all to play it, you can give away that 30%. That is not too much of total revenue you want to play with, because operators and at times tax manner about to players so one now assign operators no one day. Then you get the same amount. You know, Abba strategy from my end, I can advise them, and I know the voices civil society now revenue side the without an alternative. But my biggest problem is on the E-levy. I don't have a problem there be Nankasaso minister unim there or big challenge taking the futuristic challenge in the day. There be a babanima. We are quick. MPP, new taxes. Papa. Over you 1 year, 2 years, and now don't watch. Now I could introduce it through the back door. Now you know, there boy, say a boy and another boy, because you used to a particular system, over 2 billion and more. Yes, I say no, it's 600 or 1.1. Now we are 2 billion, meaning that the generality of Ghanaians were accustomed to that medium of taxation. Serbia in GRA make at some point now even the percentage. You can why the road toll if you way. For what reason did you take away road toll? Exactly. It is a entumpo and tum mon kwasora. Either the better do kakra na am a relief kakra wa bim. You know, in generality no
party so campaign no most be here from home. Also ban to ba oni afo. No so obeyi oh adan.
This is the economic messiah.
Ebi say obeyi dey opa wonyi say ya. Area say Frank on the same the Gideon Boako and the Abetu Jasian and Kobisa Dr. Mahoma Duba, we are not trend this before. Era Fifi Backman.
I'm the Asma K. You've hit the nail right on the head. His Excellency Dr. Baumia
Muhammadu
Baumia
Anamamu
Okade obeye fi hono abade na no gina do nti odeke de obeye fi ho
tell ntina Gideon se mo maybe salo no won kire mo no na tax
nti onyim de wo yi fi ho obeye onyim de wo yi fi ho a obeye ye nti na okade oba obeyi ni na de fi ho because ade no o Ghana fo my brother I give it to him. He's a tax man.
Yes.
Nti onyim dem na dinina. Ihe na ye social scientists. Ye economics kakra. Ye na ye beja atumi de. Se menye ska 5 cedis. Minya de bia minya 5 cedis. Me spend 15 cedis. Nti oche de minya 5 cedis, me spend 15 cedis. Me de 10. Me decide there CCR no most my expenditure mo to shoes na na de na me to shoes 10 mo to shoes biom CCR made 5 cedis pay mo bobosa
by expenditure yeah most mo can try
no it is not
because Atu also said it and I was listening to him who cut down expenditure from where
Mahama is not going to bath in the air. Mahama on continental rim, on rent a private jet, on fan canninam rim. Mahama is going to ensure the ministers, in charge of what 2 ministers no. What will do?
What 10 ministries no? 30 to 23.
Yes. What will do? We are going to have a prudent and pragmatic expenditure. Ewo money mu. Nanyen. It is not about excess expenses. It is not about Bank of Ghana.
As you see, Ghana
2023.
Oh, to Kwana the end of the Beko.
I would say about to Kwana that I don't be a
president. And
the president has become a president before.
Yeah.
Amana we are sending funny na president our Africa na what to Kwana what them private jets na wo go wo hwim no on na wo de kwa. You need to be prudent. You need to be pragmatic. Bank of Ghana 2023 Ekawa hina oboy. Wasn't it about 10 billion Ghana cedis? E-levy, no, you betting tax together. What the bomb? No, do 5 billion. Look, say ye kada ye nyama ye ya. Nyama oboko ye. Say ye kada ye tutu nyama ye. We are living a modest life. And that is what NDC stands for. That is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama stand for. So it is a matter of.
And because finance minister
he has already
indicated, although he wasn't specific. He said maybe we'll go back to IMF.
He said maybe. He said maybe. I want to put me pacho. I want to put what's in a wool. Yakada what's in a wura or chede. What's in do people? There, Echo World Bank, Echo IMF or Chede, management no wakajahin sikahin na dem abani oba from outside oba ni sema yetumi yenya ho. The only thing is that you ensure there enjuma ebwe nkofo we adwuma I am there as a taxman. My brother Olkasen also there how to recoup yebejije taxes no ti nti awo na wo da jije taxes no se entum na enye wadwuma ye nwo na oda jije won taxes na enjije na oda de tax bebre de beka wa. The only thing His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Orkanye there, he's going to ensure that there will be pragmatic focus on expenditure. We are going to ensure that ejuma we ejuma mankofo enye ejuma dem betting tax ya what can want me mbrantin and ketese na what you bet no wonye ejuma yo nti echi ade obeye ayi there bet no what they survive ye gbegwe ejuma de mahona dem nkofo wo butu taxes what am no. Until you expand productivity, 24-hour economy in Choriba. We are one hour the way ye juma, wobe ye juma, kofu bebrebe ye juma na waye. Then government so ordinary about to what they say na midi muko papaya na muko kedija. Sisi ya mamunto do kona chenam na mindi in kakra na ye fa reset or money ye fa nisi ho. It is not about Bank of Ghana kutimpo woniska wonye no. It one ekawa wobo no. Or ye 2 years COVID betting tax no nye E-levy tax ni ska wonye or ye 2 years anti obotum wadashim. Eko ska wadishim ahin na ye spending on National Cathedral. Ahin na wako akose fom ho. 50 billion and above anamobwa
58 million.
Dem sikano nche ye ntum ye fan ye bibia masa won jai Ghana fo wa to aba wadama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wan solala the solar na papa no se oh may day Mahama went round ne campaign no ansa na obe kasa obe kada ye be day no nye nhona won mata e before why won ho de wo feed won no wonyim nyansa kote dododo wo omanimu. Mahama had to go down, meet with all groups that matter. No, Oshay, no, say, medidam policy, medeba. Yaba power. See, a banana banawa won woluguarana. Well, a friend Arampono, 120 din. What to need because Sisi was sworn into office. But at least in Kakaka, one share the way now, what 100. Adibia we sha obotum nyama obokoye maye na obotum ya ye da abo mama no akodo no na won jai dem indi da say ya na be enyim dem nyama ni na abadi tinaye enyim dem nyama ni na abadi tinaye
me ba lawyer Alaji Adam etie from Germany and pay Alaji that say na me mo bia 2 minutes because me time aso na monfa enye rebuttal if there's any.
I think what I've always done and said, well, platform media looking forward and being constructive. I think there's not been any criticism yet. I mean, of course, it's a new government. I feel now auto to Nenzama or said ye buanema or settle down.
Right.
Yes, Musa obi rule over the policies. So there's so much time for us to give the government. The only thing that when you are going, and we have some input to make here. Our dream beach there to guide you, another to draw your attention to, because we've been there before. And I'm not talking, I've not been in central government before. I'm only talking from a professional point of view. And I mean, so from a pro economics, Ministry of Finance, we've related to them, and you know, Kwana Wafadra Abano. Obeba waba be yi that means that is why we are where we are.
Yeah.
Yakobe we so na a problem never. The same Ghanaian populace them bro for American in the wahade ya. Yenka. Yeah, now.
Yeah, do what?
Yeah, 2 minutes. We are Makasa.
Kasa, do 1.5. May and never made
for 2 minutes.
Don't be a prophet of doom.
I've never been a prophet of doom. I wish you well. I wish the DC government well.
God is with us.
I'm going to be completely constructive. I mean, remember, I'm a partisan politics. I'm going to be completely constructive. It is a make us I mean what basis the reason I made because it's just to wrap up. All I'm saying is that on this issue of Ghana, Yensikasem is the only reason Omanian Queen. Efhe kawa yede ena sika yedi tuaka ona oye because abano obesha si wa ye yenza maybe the last minute na problem ni na wasa so waba besi enti no. Yes, I wish the government well. These new policies on farm be impu. The budget is here to be read.
Yes.
Enti no me wa botel de ye be trend on farm government policy no and then on farm bra na yenhwe kwana o se de obefada obe implement. So Odu Parliament, you be offer yen constructive opinions and meaning that say they to onum so na say ohu de obeboa, they will take the right decision.
Thank you. Honorable Fifi. Yankwa.
Yo, me da say ma motuta se Ghana for yin de. Ihe nyina no yemfa adwene pa na akoma pa. Yemfa nte abana hin na ya to aba na yeze eyi no. Yemfa nta wonechi. For me, I am very, very optimistic. There, you better reset Ghana. You restart Ghana. Now you refocus Ghana. Now, you reset, you restart.
From zero,
now you refocus Ghana. You refocus Ghana. You in a case baby. Obiara obekade Ghana roko nenyim.
Okay.
Amanaman worko honenyim. Or then hen so yeko honenyim. I know my brother, it is true. He's not that obia like Okasara. And he knows Ameso the man if it is not in the interest of the state, count me out. If it is not. But looking at the Mahama I know, the leadership Nkofwa, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, on you want to work there, you shede Ghana oboko nenyim, and listening, not only knowing him, but listening to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama consistently. I know the man no owo akuma na kumane nye day.
The second coming of John.
Ghana.
The first coming, you know now, Kuma. Baby, audience first coming. Audience will see a Ghana for what about see the 1 million votes. You know how second coming. It's here the second coming. Now you obey the baby. The first coming in the one koye. Second coming was a see. Second coming was a see. Oh, second coming was a see. What can I say? First coming. The first coming in the first coming in the first coming in the
Ebusi anon na ba nkasa mapon. Baako Eddie Philip, baako de Isaac. Wo mienu na ya lawyer for. Baako Eddie Philip Fifi Backman. Baako Eddie Isaac Boama Nyako. Wa omo ya ntafo kire se constituency ufre ne de mu a na ura ba ko de enti omo ni omo ho pa
Onua 95.1 FM. Yeah, Junimo.